Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your July 2024 reading here by myself, Marion, for Scorched Earth. Right, so I hope you're all doing well and you're enjoying the terrain and the adventure of the time of year. And if you're in the northern hemisphere, you're enjoying the summertime. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you're enjoying the coolness of the winter. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Wandering Moon Tarot for your main reading, and we're also going to pull a card from the Oracle of Pluto. Okay, I'll give you a wee look at that. Pretty. I realise this is going to be all round the wrong way, but bear with us, okay? So we're going to have a wee pull at this. So can I have a card, please, for Sagittarius? So July 2024 already. Wow. Amazing stuff. Okay, let's see. Right, so we'll go for this one here. Okay, so all of these cards are based on, as his name would suggest, Pluto, and this is the Hippo card. Okay, so they are, because Pluto deals with the shadow side of things, and where the kind of murkiness and the kind of the regeneration, the painful regeneration of life and death. Basically, Pluto deals with death and endings. And I feel like, the energy for the hippo, or the hippopotamus, let's try not to say that too many times. What immediately comes to mind with this is you're known for going forward, not looking back and just running like the wind. It's like you're barely finished one task until you're on to the next thing. With hippo, if you think of a hippo in the wild or even in captivity, it's a very slow moving creature, or it's assumed that it's a slow moving creature. However, and it's a vegetarian allegedly, and it's very calm, and all it does is kind of float around in the water. But apparently, I am told that there is more people killed in the wild by wild hippos than what there is with lions. So there you go. Go figure. They are apparently very aggressive creatures. So it feels like to me, for July 2024, Sagittarius, there is a kind of, there's a strange dichotomy going on with you, whereby there may be some people in your life who are making assumptions that you behave in one particular way, and that's all you are capable of doing. So maybe it's that, what I just described, Sagittarius, you're quick and you don't take time to enjoy a moment until you're running on to the next moment. But for me, what it feels like is you do have a lot of depth to you, you're the sign of the astrologer, you're the center, the archer, and I think that, please, if anybody out there is making you feel like you are only one-dimensional, please make it be known to them that there is so much more to you than what people realise, or what people have assumed. And maybe perhaps, you've been kind of put into that corner by others or even by yourself, and you're like, well, I'm this, people see me like this, so why should I bother changing? But I feel that it's important this month in July for you to look at the fact that you can change, and you can change the outward impression that you share with the world. Okay, so what I'll do is I will leave that out here. Can I put it? Can I? Oh, there we go. We can put it along there. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. Okay, so that's your card for the Oracle of Pluto. Now let's see what the tarot has to say. Let's see if there is any similar themes or notions. Oh, what's that? It's jumped out. Okay, so that's the devil that's popped out there. So interesting. We'll keep that there. I know Carrie likes to shuffle until she gets some jumpers, but we're just going to shuffle and then see what happens. All right. Okay. Have some cards. All right. Okay. So will we take them, Sag? Let's take them. Right? Why not? Right, what we got here? Okay. So we've got the Four of Swords, we've got the Hermit, we've got the Page of Swords, and we've got the Four of Wands that's came out here. Now let me see if I can. There we go. Excellent. So immediately what is coming through to me is with these cards, it feels like very solitary energy. And I think that there's been a lot of time where you've maybe been expected to be the life and soul of the party, which you normally are, and you're very good at it, and you're fully enthusiasm. But I just feel like, there's a need for you to just take a step back this month in July and have some time for some introspection. Just have a wee, literally like this Four of Swords, this place in meditation. And then the Hermit here, sitting, there we go, sitting atop the mountain here, and, just chilling out and just kind of, having a bit of a think to themselves. Because, you are very much, it's a shame, Sagittarius, because I think a lot of people assume that you're not a very deep thinker, but you're one of the great philosophers of the zodiac, and I think that perhaps learning something new here with this Page of Swords energy coming out, and then the Four of Wands, it feels very much like, you thrive in chaos. A lot of the time, it's like let's just drop everything and let's just go on an adventure. And I feel very much like that missing part that you're feeling in yourself, Sag, is the need for some kind of stability. You're looking for some stability, and you're not quite sure where to find it or how to find it. But that seems to be the overarching impression that I'm getting here with these cards. As I say, that devil jumping out there, it's always interesting. And what's interesting as well is there's no water in this spread. There's no water, and perhaps, perhaps that's what's missing. Perhaps you need to have a wee bit introspection and connect more with your emotions. Connect more with the feelings that come up. There might be what's coming through quite strongly is there's been some circumstances where you've not given yourself time. Your emotions haven't yet caught up with your mind, and it could be that you're actively avoiding feeling the feelings. I mean, I'm a Sagittarius ascendant, so believe me, I understand that need to run. I know you. So let's get another couple of cards out to see what's going on, to glean some further information. Right. Okay, there's the emotions, and at the bottom of the deck we have got the Knight of Swords. So still quite swordy, which isn't a bad thing. So we've got the Four of Moons, which is the Four of Cups. We've got the Ace of Swords, and we've got the Seven of Moons, which is the Seven of Cups. It's interesting how the two emotion cards that have came out, you know, they're two of the kind of well, what do we say? They're not always everybody's favourite cups, or in this case moons cards, to come out. It almost feels like, you know, this Four of Moons has came out, you know, between the Four of Swords and the Hermit, and it feels very much where, right, okay, you will sit and you will feel the feelings, and you know, those feelings that you've maybe repressed and you're kind of holding on to, and you're just not prepared to either talk about or feel. You know, during July, I don't think there's going to be I don't think you're going to have much of a choice, or I mean, you could have the choice, you know, like, what emotion will I feel first? You know, and I think you've got that Ace of Swords, and then that's come out in front of the Hermit and the Page of Swords. So it's very much that you're trying to think through your feelings, Sagittarius. You're trying to equate your feelings with thoughts. You know, it's almost like you're trying to what I'm picking up on is you're trying to rationalize your feelings in a intellectual way, and sometimes, you know, you just need to stamp your feet, you know, or stamp your centurion hoofs, and just say, you know what, right, is it going to take a temper tantrum for me to feel these feelings? It just feels, you know, it's like kind of, and then that devil jumping out as well. I think maybe for some of you, there's this kind of need to, I don't want to say become addicted to something, to substances, you know, I don't want to say that. What I feel like with the devil is, it's like you're maybe kind of, there might be somewhere it's like you're self-medicating in a way with something, like, you know, it doesn't need to be medication or alcohol or drugs, etc. You know, it could be something like caffeine, or it could be like, you know, you could be becoming addicted to your work. You know, there's a lot of people who, myself included, when you're not wanting to process something, it's like you just throw yourself into your work and you become addicted to it. Or you can throw yourself into going to the gym. You know, you're a super active sign, so it's like, are you going to the gym, you know, like 8 times a week or something, you know, just to avoid maybe feeling certain feelings? Or you think that you can run in the treadmill to run the feelings out of you without actually having to feel them? And I think that, you know, if you're in that position, and I know it's really scary, I know that it's scary to stop and stand still and allow the feelings to wash over you. But please try. It is, you know, is speaking to somebody who, as someone who tried to outrun the feelings and tried to outrun processing things. It really doesn't work. So yeah, that's what I feel is coming through there. So what we'll do is we'll pull a couple of clarifiers, and we will use this little deck, which is the sister deck of this one, and it is the Wandering Moon, and it is the pocket edition, and it's a cosmic pink edition. So let's see. Okay, so I'll just see what wants to come out. You know, it's funny because most tarot readers are, you know, they love smaller decks because, like, you know, they've got smaller hands and they find it difficult to shuffle like full-size decks. I'm the complete opposite, because it's like I've got quite large hands. Not abnormally large, you know what I mean? It's like I'm nearly 6 foot, so I would look weird with itty bitty hands. Right, we'll just stop talking about hands. Okay, let's see. Right, what's coming up here? Ace of Swords again. And you get a Ten of Moons. And we get a Chariot. And then at the bottom of this deck, we've got the King of Stars, which is the King of Pentacles in this deck. Okay, so this clarity and these ideas that you've been having, Sagittarius, you know, this new way of thinking, and I think that's what's coming through. There is an opportunity here for you to have a new way of thinking and a new way of processing things. But in order to get to that, you have to feel the feelings. It's almost, I mean, your sign, I mean, your card is a card of temperance. You know, it's mixing those two together to alchemize it, to be, you know, to bring something new forward. And I feel like that's what's going to happen. If you give yourself permission to feel the feelings, go on this journey of discovery. Think of it as a journey of discovery, Sagittarius, right? And it's an adventure going into feeling the feelings. And in the process of doing that, there will be new ideas that come to mind. And then this Ten of Moons, which is the Ten of Cups, you know, there'll be this completion of this emotional cycle that you've been going through. You know, this avoidance. And I love the depiction in this card, because oftentimes the Ten of Moons or the Ten of Cups, you know, it's depicted as a very, you know, kind of happy family card, you know, and it's, you know, it's like, oh, it's happily ever after. But what I love about this depiction is, yeah, there's 10 cups available and they're up there in the sky, but there's this mountain range that you have to traverse in order to get there. You know, it's not always this kind of picture perfect postcard ideal, and life isn't like that. So, you know, but we can absolutely get there, you know, where there's this, as I say, this ending of these cycles. And then the final card that came out here is the Chariot. Now, the Chariot is knowing thyself, knowing, understanding the light and the shadow that's within you. And understanding, you know, there's the outward need to go forward, and also that internal need to go forward. But the gift of the Chariot is being balanced in their emotions, being balanced in how they feel and what they think they feel. And that's the two sides, it's the two sides of the same coin. So again, and also we're talking about this kind of journey, this emotional journey. I keep getting this coming through for you, Sagittarius, where it's an emotional journey and it's an opportunity for you to strike up and strike out and just totally rediscover yourself. Okay, so I hope that made sense to you, and I hope that you could understand that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here, and then I'm going to go over and do the extended. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, the extended are available on Carrie's Order of the Phoenix platform this month. Okay, and all the links are in the description box. So thank you so much, Sagittarius, for allowing me to read for you. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.